Hey guys, what's going on? It's T-Carp or Travis for the Scott Carpenter YouTube channel and the Sasquatch Awareness Project. Again, we've got another video of the lost tapes. It is Dad on his last hike with a whole bunch of group of people, and just honestly just love watching and hanging out with Dad and hearing people's questions and whatnot. So with these, the whole point of this is to do the research for him, like to continue on. It is seeing if you see anything in the back trails or whatnot. I'm gonna upload this to the highest quality I can, and just if you guys see anything or catch anything, let me know. Email me, or post it on your socials and just tell people where you got it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This is T-Carp signing out, and God bless.
GoPro infrared, they don't make one yet.
What was that doing last night?
Where did you get your
This?
Yeah.
Wow. Find turkey feather?
Yeah.
Already, boom.
You have a PBS 14?
I got it off. I got it from
and this
Amazon.
is
$20.
a Sonic
20
Aurora,
I'm jealous.
but I'm filming through my cell phone.
If you
Look at
Google
that.
them,
Watch
they're
it.
all over the
I thought it was a star at first. Watch it. It was just hovering and then it took off. Watch it go across the road right here. Look at it. Going across the road. You see how fast Buddy standing next to you.
Yeah. They
It's
go
about the
on.
size. Yeah, it's about the size of
There is a
softball.
very
It's got
expensive
something.
camera out there that is not IR. It's it has technology that can make
Yeah.
But,
It's not emitting a light. Yeah, when it
yeah,
goes
it's
upwind and
basically
they has some
it's
kind
like
of a
the
sentient
it's like the
kind
Starlight
of
technology
intelligence
back
to
in,
them.
from Vietnam, but
Like it was just
it's
sitting there
like, it looks
hovering,
like daylight.
and when I noticed it and started
And
recording it,
you can't.
it was like
It's,
it took
it's
off.
more black and white. It does pick
It
up
become
colors,
aware
but
I was
not very
aware
well
it
because
took
there's no
off.
light.
Right.
There's no light. There's no color.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's really.
Yeah, I've seen the ones like this and walk around and it's black and you see
Yeah.
you know they're putting out the light.
Well, they are right. But, yeah,
They know you're in the woods anyway.
Yeah.
No kidding.
The infrared sticks up. It looks like you got a spotlight. I took a game camera and a camera with IR. And when the game camera goes off, it whites out the other IR camera.
So I said,
It's that bright. So they're sensitive to it. And I've heard, in the military field where the military hits them with the IR, it hurts them. Yeah, it hurts right. It's like they divert. Well, yeah, you just see like, to them, it's just like, look, there's a spotlight up there. Day or night. That's sure I got everything on me.
is it cool if I ever send you? I know you're a busy man, but a couple videos to check out.
Yeah.
And just to give me your, don't no hurry on it. I'm just, or anybody, I just like getting other people's feedback.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Everybody saddle up. We don't head back down.
Talk about stuff cutting off. We set our thermals around the campground at night in those little boxes, and we just leave them running all night. And like you, when you get home, you review all your stuff. Middle of the night, it just cuts off. No reason. You never look at it, it says file corrupted.
Yeah, they turn them off. Does that one of yours allow you to do time lapse and cuts them up into 10 minutes?
Yeah, it breaks them up 15 minute segments.
So you don't have to watch.
You got like 50 files you gotta go through.
Yeah, but better than one file that's 12 hours long. Because those usually get corrupted. You can't.
You'll get some that are corrupted, or the
Yeah.
battery gets zapped in the middle of the night, or it just cuts off like when it's just a power button.
Yeah, it's so hard to get anything. You're dealing with something that's smarter than you are. They know what you're up to.
He's gonna ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think the population is of Sasquatch out in this area?
All right, so some guy asked me, I did the math based on, like, I had 10 in this area, and I looked, what was it, 500? What's the park, 50 million acres? It's 50 mil, pretty big. It's 50 million, I think. So, in this 40-acre plot, I had 10, so I just did the math, and it worked out to be 300,000. In a But that's, you think about it, that's really not that. You got a 50 million acre park, 300,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a lot smaller.
yeah. but
That's
it's-
just in this park.
yeah, people ask me what I thought.
I believe it.
What about, well, Janice, you know Janice.
Yeah,
You
down
think
there.
those are still around?
Yeah,
That's
Well, I
what
know
Janice
they're
last
still
night.
on.
I know they are.
yeah, I deal with them all the time. He deals with them.
Yeah.
They're still down there. Yeah, they're
You
doing.
can hear
I don't
Janice's
know
voice
what
in this video with orbs flying around us
what fourth generation.
last
are.
night.
Yeah.
On, and I'll bring you into it first, but she was bringing a good point. One of the,
Yeah.
This sounds crazy, one of the reasons it's piqued my interest years ago that there's something fishy, because I'm not a 10-foot hat guy, but I always looking to think for myself.
all right.
Look at the southwest quadrant of the Smoky Mountains.
Where
There's
was
no
this?
trails,
Where
there's no
was it?
campsites, there's no roads.
North
and
side
I did
of
the square miles on
Yeah.
it. There's a ton of square miles of nothing.
Yeah.
They don't want people, and I happen to have a
I
lot
thought
of
it was a
activity
Star
here,
Watch.
so
You did.
there's-
They'll take off
Yeah.
in a minute.
I
And
don't know. I
realizes
think
I'm
that
trying.
Well, yeah, they're gonna.
habitat's
Do you
one.
think
All
that
this
there
other
are
stuff's
portals in
all
these
this and
parks
bugs
and
Oh,
we
yeah.
protect- and we protected the park because
But
of
this
that?
one
Do you
takes
think
off.
there's a
Watch it.
relation?
I think so. I mean,
It's getting
Okay,
out
let's
of
go
I'm actually
10-foot
following
Hattie.
with the camera. It's going
yeah,
really quick.
if you've ever done any sort of research into the mud floods and
Watch
stuff,
it.
and,
Watch it. Yeah.
and all the
It's real.
catastrophes
Watch
that
it go
happened in the
across the
late
road.
18,
It's-
like 1812, late
Watch it go
1700s.
across the road right there.
Every
Look at it. You see it?
the guy's named Stack in the Attic. Every state or national park
You was
we
like in a
have
field?
is in the
We
in the
were
drain of the flood.
Next to this cornfield, and we had two.
Yeah,
of them
all that
coming
land's
up to
protected. You
us.
can't
Janice
dig.
goes, "There's two people
Because
running
if
up
you dig,
behind
you're
you,
going to find
man."
a city that was big.
She goes, "Here, look through
Because
my
the-
vision." I
the-
turned around and
so,
looked, and he was
yeah.
right there at
I
that
think
tree.
I
And I
think
was
that
like,
the
all I could
parks
see
are
was the top of the
strategically
head sticking up
located.
over the top of the corn.
God,
And
so.
Janice goes, "It was right in there. Look over to your right."
For yeah.
I moved.
Yeah.
I mean, I seen it right there.
I mean, the Sasquatch.
I moved the night vision over to see
Sasquatch
where she was
thinks
pointing.
strategically.
When I
you
looked
know.
back, it was gone.
You know,
Just like that.
they're gonna
There was
set up
two
shop
of
in the
them there.
remote
I
areas.
seen
They're gonna come to
Seen
this
it.
area to
Looked
do
like something
watch people. They're watchers. They're
up the top of the head.
we're entertainment. We're whatever.
We would do the
There was
same
no
thing if
eyes,
we
no
could.
facial
Yeah,
features. It was
I mean,
just
they're-
smooth. So I
You
don't
know,
know what
of course they can live
was.
right here.
Down in that field
Nobody's
right
gonna
there.
catch them.
That's what Janice
Nobody's
saw
gonna
too.
do
She
nothing
saw
with
the
them. I
same
mean,
thing.
it's
When she
impossible
saw
to.
shoulders and the head sticking up out of the top of the field coming
Oh, I
around
know.
that.
They get out of the cars, half of them. Don't even
Yeah,
go.
she
Yeah,
snake over the
and
top of
so
her
nobody gets
sandals.
off trail. So
I got her out to get in the
they
back seat.
got this right here be
Fishing
perfect.
out.
You know, you
She's
got all.
standing
Like I
on the
said,
side
you
of the
got.
road and she got
You got the
truck
national
later.
park, you're protected. You got all,
She
you
goes,
got,
"I
you
felt
know, of course you got
something, felt like a
wildlife if
snake
you don't want to get
crawling
injured trying to hunt. You got all kinds of, you got dumpsters. You go, if you want to go around the Maryville, you can go down
like
to
to
the
go over this
Townsend.
leg and around that
They're
one.
just right outside the city.
And
They-
it was at
and
the
then
same
if you-
time she felt
If you
it
start looking
go
back
across his-
into, you know, the
I
Native
thought it was
Americans, they
just
did
a
the
big
same
black
thing to
snake or
them.
something, you know, 'cause
They
we
just
were in
hung
the
out right
grass
outside their
and they're
camps,
tall on the side of the road.
raided, you know, raided the,
down,
you know, they always took fish and everything in every night. Couldn't leave anything out at night or the Sasquatch would take it.
Yeah.
We were down there
And so,
like
you know, they were always kind of just on the outskirts of civilization.
runs
And they just kind of live off us in a way, you know, scabbage, whatever.
That's where we were last night. That's
I
where
mean,
we took
that's
the video of the
what they do.
horse.
Do you
There's
believe
a cornfield on the left,
Bouncer on here?
cornfield on the right.
I got it in front of me, so I'm
There's
gonna ask.
No,
What do you
Runs
think
through
the
there.
relationship
And the
between the
neighbors up there,
Dogmen
they
and
were
the
playing
Sasquatch?
radio, kept hearing.
that's a good question. I don't know. I mean,
Pulled off from the side of the
some
road
people say
so
that
I could get in the back.
they don't like each other, but you usually see them together.
Right. So
I
we
mean,
are-
they're kind of in the same areas, and usually if you're doing Bigfoot research, the darn dogmen
There's
show up.
Dogmen.
But I don't know. I mean, you hear people. I will say this: when I had a feeding station in a certain area, and the dogmen showed up, the Sasquatch stopped using that feeding station. I had
He
to
had 8 pups.
establish a new feeding station about a half a mile away.
They had a single birth.
So they,
We didn't know.
but I don't know if that's
Research on the
animosity. I mean, you hear all kinds of people. Oh, mind speaking with, you know, there's a war going on between the two, and they'll kill Sasquatch babies. I mean, Bigfoot will kill every dogman he can find. I don't have anything to back that up.
Yeah.
I mean, the dogman I've unfortunately seen one, and you got 2 or 3 on the back trail, and I didn't like them. I mean, it was dead. You know, like I said, the cold dead eyes. I mean, these things are evil. I mean, if there's evil, I mean, it's give you cold chills. And the way it looked at me, it's like looking at that tree. It's like looking right through me. Like I didn't exist. Like I meant nothing to it.
Yeah.
And there was nothing there either. There was no. It's like looking at a. You know, you see a deer. You know, taxidermied deer. That's what that kind of eyes. It was weird. Real weird. It was such.
One was even a patron saint of Rome called Saint Christopher. sounds they make, or
And if you
Yeah,
look
I
up,
see. That's just it. I don't.
ancient Israel,
I've never heard of any
land
sounds
of
that they
Canaan.
make.
I mean, other
I've
than
seen
Cana
tracks.
is where you get
It's
rivers
kind of
And-
like wondering if I'm out in the woods and I hear a certain sound.
I mean,
I don't know
'cause
what to listen for.
They're
If
all
they
out
if they do, you know, yelp or whatever, it's going to sound like a wolf or coyote. I would assume
Same as
if they holler. So,
Edomites connected
How?
to Esau. That was
but
a
now
in the Bible.
their tracks are pretty unique.
That's
I mean, it's not hard. I mean,
The three-toe?
well, you got 3-toe and 4-toe ones, but they got a heel. It's weird. It's like take the pad of a dog and then the center pad,
The twin,
elongate it, and put a little heel on it. It looks like a little
they
foot.
put an animal skin over
And
Jacob.
it's the pad. I
So
mean,
if
it's
you
not
go
like they're
into
walking
Isaac,
like a
receive
dog,
the
and
blessing
they,
that's
they,
made free song.
it's got a pad. It's got a,
Seems a hairy man.
it's elongated. There's a
Yeah.
foot-ish there thing.
Yep.
And their hands, the one I
Pretty
saw,
hairy of a man,
he had
but
like a raccoon. You know, have you ever
cedar
seen
fire
raccoon's
going
hands?
ahead.
Where it's got, you know, long fingers, and it's got the
small
little claws
world,
on the
isn't
end. That's exactly what his
believe.
hands look like.
It is. It's
They weren't human hands, but they weren't paws.
On
Yeah, it's
Janice's research
And his
work,
upper body wasn't a
every
dog.
weekend.
I mean, from here up, he had,
doing.
he was human, looked human, except for that. And then they got
I'm on YouTube.
German Shepherd's head
It's
on it.
under Ninja
Someone's been
Dave.
splicing
It says
genes.
he
Yeah, it's weird shit. I mean, now, and he was,
Islander Dr. Monroe or something.
yeah.
Yeah, I used
And
to
there's different, now you talk about different speed, there's all kinds of variations of those things. The one I saw, everybody called a flathead, because they had a wide flat head with a pig-like snout.
Marcus,
And then there's another one I saw, looked like a German Shepherd, it was exactly like a German Shepherd. Then there are others, they say it looked like
said, "It's William. I gotta run."
the traditional
That one called Squeaky from out at the
werewolf.
farm.
Looked just like, you know, just like it, just like right out of the movies. And then there's one that looks like a husky.
Okay.
There's some that people up north describe them, you know, having the coloring and the face of a husky,
Where they were standing at the
but with
time.
the upper body of a, you know, usually it's the upper body of a human, the lower body of a dog, but the ability to run and balance. And then, you know, it's not like they have paws.
Yeah, so he's
They have
down
hands,
up there
arms,
then.
Oh, he's huge.
biceps, you know, and then they can go on all fours and run.
Yeah.
He's
It's like the
really
Sasquatch can
good. I
run.
saw him down at the dinner bell.
There must be so much stuff up in Canada.
And I saw his
Oh,
wife,
yeah.
Nobody
she's
there.
the
You know,
tan
wow.
one.
Yeah.
I got a video of over in
I mean,
Madisonville.
we've had reports of
Seen that
Yeah.
goat men looking
There's a
people
video
saying,
that's circulating
Yeah.
around
and
of one
you know,
walking across the field.
Satan, whatever you want to call it, Balaamath or whatever they call that thing,
Yeah.
you know, and one guy, you know, was
That's a person. I mean, that's
sent
not a person.
he sent
that's a-
Dave and Dave
you know, they're trying to
parties,
get words
tracks,
out.
and they were definitely bipedal. It was like elk,
Yeah, yeah.
I seen
But
that
it was-
video not long ago.
you could tell it was because bipedal was one in front of the other, it wasn't four, it was two. It was hoofs. And it was yeah, and but they looked like elk outside the elk, but they were they were in a line. And it was just like you said, it wasn't, you know, a four-legged animal. It was bipedal.
Oh, really?
And then you got the reptilian things, and but, you know, people of South Carolina especially.
West Virginia had those. I
Yeah.
never saw them. I know people that have seen them.
Yeah, but you know, I've never heard of any around here. Thank God, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean they're not.
Tony Merkel?
But now out west,
Yeah, he's interviewed Scott.
the three-toed,
Yeah, we
like
watched
people call them like dinosaur
Ever watch that
tracks.
Black
A lot of, they
Mask
see a lot of
Paranormal?
those out west.
No, haven't seen
You
it.
gotta check it out.
Pretty good sized
Yeah.
three-toes, which would be scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
See a velociraptor.
Yeah.
He went up there in Happy Valley about my Karen disappearing.
Yeah, if I was up here by myself, I'd have my fun. But
He spooked really.
you get this many people, you know. Like I said, they're not-
You heard about my Karen disappearing up there in Happy Valley.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've.
See, that's where I'm from originally.
Okay,
Happy
well,
Valley.
David Pilates, you know, when he wrote his book, we went up there and investigated that. We talked to his.
What do you think?
We talked to his grandmother. Well, she thinks that the guys up there that were growing pot killed him. That he
I
got.
think he's seen something he shouldn't have
seen
seen.
he-
Something went down.
Yeah, he got. She thinks he got sideways of that.
Because that road that he's on, I mean, I've been
Still
there.
doubting the fact that maybe the drug guys got him. Is they took him off the four-wheeler,
Yeah,
but there's no blood.
everything
There's
did.
no blood.
Nothing.
They said if somebody shot him off that four-wheeler, there'd been bone, there'd been blood, there was
You
nothing.
would have heard something because there's
Yeah.
people always around.
Yeah, yeah, he gone down there. I think he mowed that field. We've been down there. There's a field on the bottom right, and right before it is the driveway he went up, and where they found it, his four-wheeler. Like he was going up to that house to check on it, and then something took him off that four-wheeler. And the four-wheeler just kept going off down into the woods. and the key was still on. It just
Yeah,
it
everybody
just
was-
died out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was. I don't think it was drug dealers, but he's never been found in that family for 5 or 6 years. They used to do the billboards and everything in Maryville.
Yeah, my uncle went looking for him. My uncle that lived up there.
Yeah, but
Was he armed?
no, what it was, Happy Valley is just it's in that same. It's where Abrams
Creek.
right station. You just go on by it and
campground.
go to the end of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a little valley there right on the edge of the
Shed.
park. And, you know, it's a family. You know, mostly. You know, most everybody down there knows everybody. It's family.
Yeah.
And
I'm a boring, but there's a lot of borings in
Boy,
there.
yeah, and he went to cut a field, so he took his 4-wheeler, got on the tractor, mowed the field, and then something got his attention. There was a house, vacant house or something. Somebody was gone, and so he got back on the 4-wheeler and like off the road. You kind of got to go up the hill, and then it levels out at the top, and then the house, you know, on the house, the driveway's on the left, and so he goes up that driveway and something took him off the 4-wheeler because the 4-wheeler just kept going straight and off down in the woods. And then they found it. The key was still in the on position. You know, it just died out. Ran out of gas or died out. But something took him off that 4-wheeler. A lot of people think, you know, there's a Sasquatch messing around up there, and he went up there and it took him off of it. Whether it meant to kill him or not, you know, and he just took him out of there. There's a creek, growed up creek that runs right by there. But it's in the back of the holler, so. You know, you know, literally, it's that, you know, that mountain, and then the next mountain is off the park. So it's just right over there. It's not that far from here, actually.
Wow.
See, I heard of him, but I didn't know who he was. My brothers knew him, but
Yeah,
he's older than me. I didn't.
yeah, but no, I've never found him. That's one of the 411 cases because
Yeah.
it matches all the
He just
particulars.
disappeared off the face of the world.
He just, yeah. But they could, like I said, they couldn't find no blood. They, you know, like a lot of people said, oh, they.
There's a lot of people look for that man.
Yeah, there was. Every year they would raise money, have a big picnic and stuff, and try to raise money for, you know, go looking for him. They looked looked on the park. I mean, they looked all over that valley. They
Yeah.
they went over there near where Blackberry Farms is. Looked over there, and they never did
No
find him.
trace, nothing.
You know, well, that's like the Dennis Martin. You know, he disappeared up there at Spence Field. And I went with him, David, when we interviewed him. And that was just you talk about a heart-wrenching interview.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he said, look, you know, back then you could drive, the road was open. And so you could drive up to Spence Field. And so they drove their cars up there. And he said, like, my kid was from here, you know, he literally pointed the bushes that close. He said, you know, it's open up on top. You've been up there, right? He said, it's open. It's not, you know, not a whole lot of places to hide. And so he said his brother was sitting beside him. My boy squatted down behind that tree. They're sitting there. Everybody says, okay, you know, hide and seek. And they all come out now. And he looked over and his boy didn't come out. I mean, he literally got up and walked over there and looked down and his boy's gone. He told his brother, because the Appalachian Trail's right there, he's like, you go that way, I'll go this way. And they all immediately took off running, yelling for him. It's not like they weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally, you know, wasn't a bear, wasn't a mountain lion. I mean, there was no drag marks, there was no blood. Mr. Martin, that's why I would go up Rowan. I found there's been sightings up Rowan's Creek, which Rowan's Creek leads you up from Cades Cove into Spence Field. There's a goat herder's road. I mean, it's really deep. It goes for, and they used to drive the goats and the cows for summer pasture. And it goes right up there. So like you're talking a straight shot, it's 1.5 miles right down into the cove, where Sasquatch can make it, no problem. But I mean, he told us that he spent 10 years or more. He would come out during the summer and camp by himself, and he started at Spence Field. He literally searched. He just created. He's an engineer, so he did a crosshatch pattern. Came all the way down Rowan's Creek, all the way in, looking under every rock, everything he could think of for his son. For over 10 years, he did it. Every week, just about every weekend. You know, when he could get out, and he looked for him, and they never moved. That's enough. That they stayed in case someone took him, and then, you know, as an adult he escaped and was going to come back.
Yeah.
You stay at your same house because he'll, you know, remember where he lived.
Yep.
Did you ever get confirmation that they did send in a ranger unit?
Yes,
Okay.
Green Berets. There's actually in the new Sentinel, there's actually a picture of the colonel with the superintendent, and it made big headlines.
They've got AR-10s also, if you look at that picture.
Oh, they were fully loaded. We talked to a witness that said they didn't understand it. We didn't ask for them. The senators, they already had the National Guard up there. They had a couple hundred National Guard, if not more. And no one asked for them. They just, the Chinook showed up one day. And they said, we're here to help you look.
What do you think happened to him?
So, I don't know. Sasquatch got him, or something got him. Something got him. But, somebody down in Rowan's Creek in the Cove saw something big with a fur coat on with something over his shoulder. So,
Disheveled man.
Disheveled, yeah.
Yeah.
They did have wild men in the park, and that's what they tried to claim they were. It was interesting. They said that they came in, they stayed for 2 or 3 weeks. They said the National Guard, it would cause a kerfuffle because, they were going into the mountains, in the springtime, the snakes were out. And they weren't letting the National Guard, like ever so many men, they let somebody either have a pistol or a small shotgun to shoot snakes with. And here they come these Green Berets, they're fully loaded.
Yeah.
Fully loaded with their M16s or whatever they had.
Yeah, it was a 7.62. It was an AR.
Yeah, they were ready. Yeah, they were ready. They were. Yeah, they can't by themselves. You hear wood knocking?
I think it was a woodpecker.
Oh, okay, good. Because when I talk, that's when everything happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can't hear a thing. Everybody else hears it. But they did their own thing for 2 or 3 weeks.
They've
And
only
then
sent-
one day they just packed up and said, we're leaving. Bye.
They've only sent Green Berets 3 times on U.S. soil armed, and the troops that was at Kent State in Ohio for the Vietnam War protest, those were National Guard.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Green Berets.
These were Green
Special
Berets.
Forces.
Yeah,
They've only been deployed 3 times armed in the United States. One was for Dennis Martin, one was for another missing boy like 3 years after that, and then the third one was a fugitive manhunt that had shot a police officer. So 3 times.
You're talking about, yeah.
3 times.
Yeah,
And
it's rare.
I'm not sure where the second boy disappeared from,
Yeah.
but it might have been.
But the National Guard was kind of concerned. They're like, why do they need him? Why do they need this kind of armament? What are they looking for?
Yeah.
They're not
Twice
stupid.
missing
You're not
children.
looking for a missing boy.
Yeah.
I think they knew what took him, and they were here to make sure it didn't take anybody else. That's just my humble opinion.
The AR-10 was the giveaway instead of the
I didn't realize
M16.
that.
Yeah. And I don't know how many of them there were, but there was they had a full bird colonel over them, so that's pretty, for the Green Berets, that's pretty high up usually.
It is. Full bird? Yeah.
Yeah, full bird. Yeah, I mean, there's only like 1 general on the Green Beret side, maybe 2. I mean, 4 stars, and then you don't make. Everybody says it's a career killer unless you're just gun ho, because
That's true.
there's no rank to make. Nobody leaves till they retire.
Yep.
So if you're a captain, you may be a captain your whole 25 years or whatever.
Mhm.
But so that was over here in the park, and we went up and saw Trini Gibson where she disappeared.
Yep.
That was crazy. I mean, she was right below the parking lot. A lot of people said she ran away, but
That was the older woman?
yeah, she was. She went to Bearden High School.
Oh, yeah. I know you talk. They think that maybe she got some guy's car. It was planned or something.
Yeah, but the guy, when you talk to the witnesses, like they're going a trail, and like there's a group of people behind her and in front of her, and she's by herself. And the guy looked back. Last guy to see her look back and said she was on the edge of the trail, like doing this.
Oh, that was the young girl.
Yeah, she's like 17.
Young girl.
And then they looked back and kept going. And when they got in the parking lot, she wasn't there. And the group coming behind her said, we didn't see her on the trail.
Yeah.
But it's straight up and down. We went to that exact, right there where it was. And like the trail, I mean, it's straight up to the parking lot. And then to the left is like a real deep hall. I mean, so something got, snatched and grabbed that. It's her.
Well, with these portals and everything, it's going to make you wonder if people ain't
Well, that's
stumbling
why.
into one of them at the time they're
Yeah,
opening or
she
closing.
saw an apple stripe or
Saw something that
you know,
got her
little
attention.
person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Could have been a Sasquatch. Who knows? Yeah. The
There's
thing.
other things besides Bigfoot out here
Yeah.
in this world. That's for
The
sure.
portal thing is what I'm starting to wonder. A lot of these disappearances are they're getting snatched into portals.
Yeah.
Or
There's been some reports, I think on Missing 111, where that's what they think happened, because the searchers can hear the person,
Can't see them.
can't see them. And it's the same thing if the person can hear them, but they're nowhere near each other. It's
Yeah.
very, like in the dark forest. shimmering light.
Yeah. Don't step in it. Go around it.
Don't go into the light.
And yeah, so there's
Good advice.
a lot of stuff. I think that's why the hunt for the skinwalker, them actually finding visual evidence of that is very interesting. I think that's the first step of there's some sort of like, they're real. You just and I think when the conditions are right, unfortunately, you can go in them.
Yeah.
And where you end up, who knows?
Well, you've walked by too.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank God.
The little one with the
Yeah.
arrow in it.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was so close. They're trying to spring that for you, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know whether it was like, okay, he's gone by, let's see what he is, let's look at him, or what. And the one that was down here, he was obviously looking. I don't think that's a Sasquatch. I don't know what it is.
It's huge.
Yeah,
Whatever.
some people. It's got a elongated skull. It looks like one of those
Like
elongated
Peru.
skull things from
Yeah.
Peru. But the fact that it's watching, it's looking at me and then looking back down the trail. It's aware of where it's at, and it's aware people are using that trail. Because it's looking. It's like, make sure nobody's coming. There's no other reason. It's not always looking at me. I finally found 3 or 4 frames where there's the head movement, and you can see it cock its head and like look to the right to see if somebody's coming. So crazy stuff. I think I haven't got a portal video in a while. I don't think I would have get any more.
The 2 you have are outstanding.
But they crazy. We ready?
Yes.
I could stand up here and talk all day, but we'll just walk back down the hill and see if anything exciting happens.
Right.